Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Crosset. Is that the name of this game? It's easier to know when we are at the menu. Let's see, when we're here at the menu it doesn't tell us either, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this is called Crosset. We went a little late last time and because of that we ended up uh, starting a puzzle we probably shouldn't have started. Let's see. What should I do? Let's start with this column. And let's see, that's one. And then can I find a 3? There could be a 3 here, and there could be a 3 here. Can I find a 4? There can be a 4 here, a 4 here. And 5, 6, and 7 already done. And then 8 could be here or here. Alright, we'll go down these columns. Let's see, we need a 2, which there can be a 2 here. And nowhere else. So 4, 5, we need a 6. There could be a 6 here, a 6 here. We need a 7. There can be a 7 here. And then that eliminates 1, 6, which means that this is actually 6. Which then this is 8. Because that 4 tells me that. There we go. Next we have we're doing 7-3, but it's proving to be a little bit more difficult as we approach the end of the game. Let's see, we need a 1. There's a 1 here, and if I'm not mistaken, no more 1s. And then we need a 2. Can be a 2 not here, so 2. Let's see, this 2 here can't because of this. This 2 here can't because of that, so that makes that right. Right, then we need a 3. There's a 3 here and a 3 here, and then a 4. There's a 4 here and a 4 there. And then 5 is done, 6 is done, 7. There's a 7 that can't be here because of the 7, so that makes this 7. Alright. And then we need an 8, and there can be an 8 here and an 8 here. So we need a 3 and an 8, and that's as much as we can do right now. Alright, next row we need a 1. There's a 1 here, and I don't think any more 1s. Next we need is a 4. There's a 4 that can't be a 4 here, and a 4 that can be a 4 here. So is that the only 4? Yes. And then we need a 5, which is a 5 here, and it can't be a 5 here. So that. And then we need a 7, can't be a 7, so that has to be a 7. And then we need an 8. There, entire column done. Next we need a 1. There's a 1 here, and if I do believe, yes, no more 1s, so then we need a 2. There's a 2 option here and a 2 option there, so we can't figure that out. We need a 3. There's a 3 option here and a 3 option here, so we can't figure that out. 4, 5 already done. We need a 6. There's a 6 option here and nowhere else. Okay. And then 7 is already done, so we need an 8. And that could be only this. So now we just need a 2 and a 3. That makes that 3, that makes that 2. That's another column down. This 1 makes this 2 a 2. Let's see. So next we need a 3. There's a 3 on this row. There can't be a 3 on this row because of this. There could be a 3 because of that. 4 next to 5 next. So there's a 5 only here. Wait, there's also 5 here, but this 5 stops it, so that's right. Next, we have 6. This can't be 6 because of this 6, so this can be 6, or this can be 6, and then 7. Yes, I do believe that's the only opportunity for 7. So 3 and 6, and this can't be 3, so this has to be 3, and then this is 6. That's another column done, assuming I'm not making mistakes, which I very possibly am, so I have to be careful. This 6 here tells me that's a 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be on this row. No, it can't because of this 5. That makes that 8, and that makes that 5, and that makes that 6. Let's just go down this column and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next column. Kind of unlikely that this one's going to help too much, but it really doesn't need to because we can just look at this row and see what we're missing. We're missing a 2. And now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at this row and see what we're missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6, 7, 8. This one, we are missing 2 numbers. 1, 2, 3, which there could be a 3 here or 3 there, or an 8 or a 7 actually. So 7 has to be that because there is no 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Next, the 8 is no good, but the 5 or the 3. This row needs a 5, so this has to be 5, which makes this 3. And we'll double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doing some extra checks here. I guess I could probably just assume, since I've done this whole row already, that it's good. So we'll skip that one. Now here we need a 4 and an 8, which makes that 4 because there's no 4 here, which makes that 8. And next we need a, let's see, 4 and an 8 again. And we are close at this point. Any click going forward may very well seal the deal. So we need a 3, which could be here and should be here. And so lock that in. Let's see, we can look at this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And now we need an 8 and a 4, which makes that 4. And that 8 was already in the right way. Moving on to the next puzzle. So I guess my goal for this recording is to try to what would be the right phrase? Try to get it up to 7-8 if we can, or at the very least do as much as possible to make that progress. These 3 columns are all 1, 4, 7s this way, and then it's 2, 5, 6s, then it's 3, 6, 9s. So every single number is in a weird diagonal pattern helping me, and I want to try and just bump things. Like this 7 and 1 tells me this is 6. The 6 gets bumped, and then so 1, 4, 7, 6. Before I look at it, running the full calculations, I just want to get rid of as many as possible. And actually, let's see, like this 5 gets bumped here and this 1 gets bumped because of that, which makes that 4. And I think we're gonna start to run into issues like that pretty quickly. Let's see. 5 and nope, moving on. 8 and 7 and 9. 8 and 9 are right here, so that makes that 4. And this might end up being all the answers are the same all the way down, but I doubt it. Let's see. I need to look in every direction here. Like the 6 here is out, but the 1 and the 3 are in. The 6 here is out, but the 1 and the 3 are in. Let's see, the 5 here is out, but the 9 and the 3 are in. Let's see, 4 here is out, but the 5 and the 6 are in. The 8 is wrong. Let's see, 6. So that 7 and 5 are gone, so that has to be 3. 5 and 7. This one, 8 is not right. 1. Wait, this actually has to be 1 because the 8 and the 2. Alright. 6 is not right. And 1's not right, which makes that 4. And then 6. Well, it's not 3. And it's not 1, so it has to be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bump all these 9s. Moving forward, 3 is not one of them, and 6 is not one of them, making that 5. Let's see. 9's not one of them. Let's see. 3 isn't one of them, but it could be 7 or 2. There's a lot of different directions my eyeballs are having to go for this puzzle. I don't particularly enjoy it because of that. It's looking around the map way too much. And certainly I've felt that in other games where you end up having to look at the entire screen or at all times. It's distracting when you don't have a singular focus sometimes. So working our way through all of this. 4. Let's see, 3 and 7. 4 and 6 are not allowed, so that's 5. And then 7's not allowed, and nothing else. So still going through the columns, and then I want to go through the rows and continue without checking every single number if we can. 5 and 3, nothing there. 9 and 1, or 9 and 2, no, nothing there. 1's not allowed here, and 9's not allowed here, which makes that 2, which actually then makes that 1, which then bumps that. Let's see, 5 and 4 makes a 7. These two, 5 and 4. 9's no good. 5's no good, which makes that 8. And then 7 and 9 makes us 5. And the one number we're missing is 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. 5 and 3, yeah. So we've got a full column now. Let's continue on the rows. Let's see, that's nothing new. With a 3, 6, and 9, 3 and 9 are not available, so that is 6. And then 3, 7, making that 8. And then 8 and 9 makes that 7. And then that just makes that 4. 9 and 5. There's a 5 here. And I don't see a 6. So I can't solve that one yet. And then there's a 2 and a 3 here that tells me that's 9, so then that is 6. We have a 1, but it could be 9 or 5 on this one, so we don't know yet. And similarly, we don't know that one. And let's see. This is 2 and 7. Frankly, going down this whole row is probably not worth it. It's probably better to come over here and look at this first. Because I need a 3 and not a 6 and not a 7 and a 2. So that is probably better to do those first before doing these other rows. Let's see, 6, no 4s, so it could be 5 or 6. This one could be 4, but not 4, or 8, but not 9. This could be 8 only because there's a 6 and a 9 here. And so this could be 4 only, and that means, does that mean anything for the previous ones? Not really. There's a 7 here, so this could be 1 or 4. And it can't be 4 because of that, so it's 1. Let's see, 3 blocks that one, 5 blocks that one, making that 9. 2. Let's see, we have a 6 and a 4, making that 2. And we should be looking at an 8 here. Next, do we have a 2 or an 8? There's a 2 and a 1 here, making this 8. And then 1 and, let's see, 1 and 8 and 9 actually makes us 5, which I should now know what this is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So 3's no good, and 2's no good, making that 9. And I'm looking now for a 7, which that helps. Let's look at this next row. 3 and 2. Not yet. Can't answer that question. 4 and 8 or 4 and 9. Can't answer that question. Let's see. We have 9 here, but we don't have a 3, so can't answer that question. This 3 knocks that out of contention. So we have a 6 or a 1, and it can't be 6, so this has to be 1, which knocks that out of contention too, making that 3, and then 3 and 1 are eliminated, making that 2, and let's see, We have 1 and 2 making that 8. And we need a 9 and we need a 7. So that should be 7 and that should be 9. Moving forward, we have a 4 and a 9 making that 3. I might be making mistakes here. That I might be moving too fast. And see, that should be 2. So I'm just crossing my fingers that I'm not making mistakes. But I'm not certain I can trust myself. The opportunity for making a mistake is so high. There's a lot of it. And generally in games, puzzle games are a little bit exempt of this argument, but generally in games, you might complain about a game that gives you this many opportunities to mess up and lose. And when you mess up in this game in particular, you are doing it at your own folly, because it could be another 30 minutes to an hour of attempting to correct things if you do make a mistake. Fortunately, I didn't. Now this one, 7-5, seems like it would be moderately easy. There's only 4, so all I need to do is look for the one line that theoretically only has one number, but that might not be the actual case. There might be a new level of consideration that I'm going to have to do for this, because I was certainly thinking that might be the case. Right, this 3 is the only 3 there, and then 1s and 2s and 4s. And let's see, this 4 is the only 4. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. So it's not that. So because of that, there's only 1 3 left. And that means there's only 1 1 left. And 2 and 4 both line up here. And so we need a 2 and a 4 here, and a 2 and a 1 here. And let's see, on this row I need a 2 and a 1, and this row we need a 2 and a 4. And see, that's what I thought. Yes, this is going to mess me up. I don't believe there are actually any more anchor pieces, any places where I can add more data to this. I think what it's going to require me to do is to make some summations based on 2 blocks, which I talked about this in many episodes ago, the idea. But I didn't think it all the way through. We might not have to do that level of logic if I instead look at something like this. This needs to be either a 1 or a 2. Okay, that doesn't help anything. This needs to either be a 2 or a 4. And that doesn't really tell me anything either, because they would need to both be 2 and 4 or 1 and 2. This needs to be a 2 and 4, And this needs to be a 2 or a 4. And that doesn't help me any there either. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. See, that doesn't give me any information either. Let's see. This could be a 2 or a 4 here. And this could be a 1 or 2 on either one of these. Oh my goodness. Did I look at these rows? 1s, 2s, 3s. Yes, there was one more bit of information. 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. And see, I figured something like that must be as part of it. Like 3. So this could be 1 or 2. That still doesn't help anything, and this could be 2 or 4. So that doesn't really help anything either. Let's look here. 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. And I can't just assume that these two diagonal 3s make a 3 here. That's definitely not the case. And so let's just play with it. Here, we need a 4. We need a 4 here. You can't have a 4 here. So there's probably a 4 there. And I'm just kind of lining everything up. And maybe it will be right. Let's see. This would have to be 1 here. No, this would have to be 1. This would have to be 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Switch that to a 2. Seriously? Seriously, game? See, and that is just awful, because that's the worst puzzle so far. No logic there at all. I just started to put in a potential random solution, and it worked. I guessed. That's all I did, is I guessed. And this is interesting. We've unlocked 8, and 8 is just a 9x9. So it's not even 64. It's whatever 8 times 7 plus 1 would be, which, let's see, what is that? 57? 57 puzzles. So we're getting kind of gypped. And I if they're going to only give us one puzzle in 8-1, I bet it's a simple thing where it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and just all the numbers in a row in a diagonal pattern would be my guess. And see, so if we breeze through the next recording, we will finish this one, and this one, and then this one becomes a credits or joke puzzle, which it looks like it might be. Then we'll be done in the next recording. But more likely what we'll do is we'll struggle on this one, and then maybe take an entire recording on this one on top of that, and then we'll have to poke our eyes into this one. I suppose we could look at it right now. Well, that does look like a regular puzzle. So maybe it's really, really difficult. I don't know. We'll find out in the next couple of recordings, I suppose. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.